Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. And we've got the ultramarine blue and the titanium white on the go. This is a nice white gouache. Oh, it's beautiful. Because it makes our ultramarine blue watercolour nice and opaque, which is what we want. I'm just going to get some more of this. It's dried on my plate that I use as a palette. There we go, it's a bit darker. A bit more pigment. We'll have a nice sky. Oop. Nice sky. Done a few dark paintings, so I thought today we'll turn the light on. Because we've done quite a lot of dark mountains. I'm going to do a seascape today. Paint the sea. And we'll just put in the horizon line. Use a bit more of that page. There we go. About there. So gouache is a really good medium. Gouache with watercolour as a mix, because you can take it out and about. I'm just getting some more colour. Yeah, you can take it out and about without the stress, the stress of it drying and then you're losing your paint. Or the other option of like taking your oils out. The nightmare of carrying everything. Sometimes it's worth it, I've got to admit. Sometimes carrying all your oil paints and everything out there is worth it, because I have done it. And I've enjoyed it. But just the thought of carrying all that stuff just puts me off. So I started gravitating to other things. So I might put a little bit of a cloud in there. Just get a little bit of white. A little bit of a... Not too much of a cloud, just a bit of one. It's still wet, so it'll kind of blend away a little bit. You can use your finger to mist it up as well, just to help it go a little bit more. Yeah, just a bit of a cloud there, maybe a little bit of a cloud there as well. Not too much. Now, I want to think about the water. So, get some more of the ultramarine blue. I'm going to get some out of the tube, just put some more on. Just so I don't have to... mess around. So I'll get some of this blue. I'm going to get a bit of green as well. A bit of viridian green and blue. If you can see that. A bit of viridian green and the ultramarine blue. We'll use that for our water. So, we'll get the water started about here. So I'm going to turn my page to make it easier for me to create this straight line at the horizon. And you can use a ruler if you want to get it as straight as possible. Just breaking into that a bit further up. Okay, now turn it this way. I can have a look at it. Not bad. There's a little bit of water. Yeah. Done a few few goes there. I don't want to spend too long on that. Get bogged down with it. It's not bad though. I've kind of gone a bit waterier because I wanted to mist the edge a little bit, and then right, so, and then the water, we've got a nice wave. We've got a nice bit of a building as well, to get some of that burnt umber, burnt sienna, a bit of burnt umber, bit of yellow ochre. I'm going to put a bit of ivory black in there as well. There's all sorts in there: ivory black, burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow ochre. That's probably about right. And there is a building, well, not a building, a sort of a, I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. Something to help the boats come in, I suppose, like a blocker, a wave blocker. And put that on. There it is. In the water. Blocking them waves. I've actually gone the wrong angle there. Completely the wrong angle. Must be more like that. Yeah, that's better. And we'll let that dry a little bit. the water kind of melt into that, because it does actually create a bit of a shadow in the water, which you can see underneath. I suppose it's more like you can actually see it in the water. So I've got that in there. There's a little bit of let's get the other brush. Got a little bit of water, a bit of light, bit of white and a bit of ultramarine blue, a bit of that green, that viridian green as well. Bluey green and white. Let's start looking at this wave. I can start putting in waves. Just need to get my arm ready. It's kind of funny because I'm when I would normally paint, I would probably turn this around like this. I'd probably do this actually, so I'll do that. So I want to get that angle, just so I can get that watery, that wave in there. There's a wave there and one there. And then there's a wave here. It's dropping down there. It's breaking there. Just going to soften the bottom of that, just using the finger. And there's a few, get a little bit more blue in my colour, and there's a few little bits in there. Little deers here and there in the water, a little bit of froth and stuff. If you want to put any of it in further into the water, you can use your finger just to squash it down. Okay, straighten that page back up. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes you just need to turn the page to get it right. If you were left-handed, you'd probably turn it the other way. I'm just going to get a bit more light. So I want to just lighten the top of that bit there. And this bit. And that there. Let's give it a bit more light there. And then what would be nice, I actually want to lighten that cloud there, just on that one side. It's gone a bit dark, which it does as it dries. It does do that. Well, that's the beauty of gouache. I can keep going. I can go back and change it. Alright, now got water going across there. Splash, splash here. Right, we've got a wave that's rolling over here, and there's a slight change in the colour of the water. It's a bit more yellow ochre-y. So if I throw some yellow ochre, maybe a bit of brown in there, into my blue, let's make it here. Yeah, that's about right. It just it's churning up further. It's changed. Then we've got a wave really going. You get like almost, I want to say a saddle. That's probably not the right words. I'm not sure on the exact words of anatomy of waves. But it almost looks like there's curves and things in the way the water's coming over. Ooh, what happened there? Whoops. Somehow we got some red in there. I don't want that. Sort of blew that down. Spread that out a bit and then it'll dilute away. Get some more blue. Cool it back down. See how warm that got. Here we go. And then there it's going to sort of splash. There's another one that rolls. Kind of rolls over. Nearly happened again then. Blue in it. Okay. A bit more yellow ochre in this. Let's get that nice and smooth, and then I want to start adding a bit of white. So we've got this now splashing. It's got to be splashing, especially here. It's really turning over there. I might do, to start it off, let's get sort of a bit of a bluey red. I'm going to get a bluey red. A bit of red there, a bit of blue. I'm going to start this splash off with an off-white. I don't want it to be fully white yet, just a there we go, yes, that's what I wanted. And we've got this. Get this started. Certain areas this has got more splash going on than others. And this sort of you can kind of pull this into the colour, some light. On here as well, some light that's it's fun, isn't it, painting water? Getting these splashes coming down. Now I need some water for them to go onto, so we've got that nice reddy blue colour that we was making. What's that like? We can put that down on the sand. Got a bit of reflected light in there. We don't need it to be too thick painted because we've got a nice yellow base, which is going to help anyway. So we don't mind using a bit of water to get some paint going. And got it coming up to the edge there. Okay, now I'm gonna use a bit of dark just to improve on this bit there. Oh, somehow picked up white. Oops. Rid of that. Bit of brown along here. Just to change that a little bit. And then dark there. And then along there. Okay, we just leave it at that. I won't do too much detail with that because it's quite far away. Now what we want, using a nice dark, is there's a few things in the water. To stop the waves destroying the beach. Got these pieces of wood in the water here. There's quite a lot actually, more than I would expect, but anyway, maybe better just that. There's a piece that went in there as well. Anyway, we'll leave that because we want to have some nice splashing water. And we want it to not disappear too much either, so get some nice white, nice titanium white. And now I want a bit of yellow in it. Whoops. There we go. So a little bit yellow. A little bit yellow and white. And now I can use it to go splash, splash, splash. Better watch what finger I use, because it's my other finger's got a green on it and I don't want this to go green. Splashing that. I can use my finger just to dab in some colours as well. And then on here and some. Got to get them sound effects going, haven't you? I'm going to build this up a bit more more splashing. And then another layer of splash in there. Putting a few dots here and there as well, just to improve on that splash there. Right, now we've got the water coming up the shore. It's going across here and splashing on that area and along here. And then all the way up it goes. Of the beach. I want a little bit of blue in this. bit more of a bluey white in this colour. There we go. Okay, so we'll go on the beach now. Now I want a bit of sand as well. We get some yellow ochre. Yellow ochre and a little bit of red. A little bit of burnt sienna as well. Yeah, sort of beach now as well. That helps. I'm going to get a small brush. Just going to grab a little bit of that white. Just going to pick up a few areas that need a bit more. And that I think needs a bit more anyway. A bit more to it. A little bit on the top of these, maybe. Yeah, getting quite a lot of movement now. Maybe a few little sparkles on here. I quite like that. Probably a little bit of light. Probably a bit of light on this. There and a bit there. Yeah. Maybe on this, on the wood as well, actually, when I think about it, the wood that's a tiny bit of light, just to show. A little bit of something in there now. I don't want to go too crazy with that. But while I'm thinking about that, that's quite a good idea to bring the water up to it and splash it on that area. You can do all kinds of little details though, of course. You can keep going with this. You can put a little seagull in as well. One there, one there. Maybe another one. It's got 3 in there. Yeah, so I think I'll call this one finished. Don't think there's anywhere else I want to work. The only thing that I probably would do is add a little bit of possible bit of shadow in there. Just because there's quite a lot going on there. But not any more than that really. I think that'll do. I think we're about there. I could sort of do a little darker line under that to bring it up, maybe. Sort of pulls it up, doesn't it, when it's darker. Same with underneath this. I could wants to be a bit more on the red side. So put it in and then shrink it. Yeah. I think I will call this one finished. So I'll say thanks very much for watching this one. And I'm going to put the brush down and say thanks very much for watching this one. And I'll see you at another one. I'll just put a couple of shells on there. There we go. Yep. See you at another one. Cheers. Bye.